Hey, welcome back to Easy Lingo English, where you learn English in a very easy way with real practice.
So today, we're going to a coffee shop.
But first, can I ask you something? Have you ever walked into a cafe? You see the menu. You know what you want. Your English is ready. And then the person behind the counter looks at you and says,
Hi! What can I get for you today?
and your brain just stops.
Everything disappears.
The words, the sentences, all of it gone.
I know that feeling.
So do I. And honestly, most people do.
Today's episode is about that moment.
What to say, how to say it, and how to feel calm while saying it.
Real English, real conversations.
No textbooks. Let's go.
So, Paul, I want to start with something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do people get so nervous in cafes? It's just a coffee, right?
It sounds simple, but it's not. Think about it. You're standing in line. People are behind you. The worker is waiting. Everyone is watching.
Oh, the pressure.
Exactly. It's like you're on a small stage, and everyone is waiting for you to speak.
And your brain says, don't make a mistake.
Yes. And that thought, that's what freezes you, not your English.
Wait, so it's not about vocabulary?
Mostly, no. Most people already know the words. They just get nervous before they can use them.
That's actually really comforting.
Right? So today, we're going to practice, step by step, scene by scene.
And after this episode, walking into a coffee shop will feel normal.
Maybe even fun.
Okay, scene 1. You walk into a cafe.
You get in line. You look at the menu. You know what you want.
And the person at the counter smiles and says, Hi there, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a medium latte, please? Use this anytime you want to order something. It's polite and natural.
Sure. Hot or iced?
Hot, please.
Name for the order?
It's Paul.
Great. That'll be $4.50.
Here you go. Thank you. That's it. That's the whole thing.
7 lines. That's all you need to order a coffee in America.
And none of them are hard. Key lesson from scene 1. You don't need a long sentence. Short answers work perfectly. Hot, please. It's Paul. That's real English. That's how locals speak.
Okay, but what if you have a question?
Good point. A lot of learners know how to order. But questions, that's where people get nervous.
Because you don't know what the other person will say.
Exactly. It's scary. You ask something, and then the answer comes fast, with words you don't know.
And you just smile and nod.
We've all done that.
Okay, so let's practice asking questions. Scene 2.
Excuse me, do you have oat milk?
Yes, we do. Would you like that instead of regular milk?
Yes, please. That would be great. Also, is the Wi-Fi free here?
Yeah. The password is on the board over there.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
See? That was easy.
The secret is simple questions get simple answers.
You don't need to ask something complicated. Keep it short.
Lesson point. Do you have... Works for almost anything. Wi-Fi? Oat milk? A restroom? A charger? Simple question, simple answer. You're already speaking English. Okay, now, The scary part.
Small talk.
Yes, this is where a lot of people freeze.
Because it's not planned. You don't know what's coming.
The barista might say something casual, something friendly, and you don't know how to respond.
But here's the thing.
Small talk is small. It's not a job interview. Nobody is testing you.
They just want to be friendly. That's all.
Let's show them what it sounds like.
Here's your latte. Are you having a good day?
Yeah, pretty good. Just needed this coffee, honestly.
I know that feeling. Enjoy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
That's it. 12 seconds of small talk.
And it felt completely natural. Have a good one. This is a very common American goodbye. It means have a good day. Super casual. Very friendly. Pretty good. A natural answer to how are you? Or having a good day. It's not too excited. It sounds real.
And if you don't understand what someone says during small talk,
just smile and say, yeah, totally. Or, huh, right?
It works almost every time.
Because small talk is not about information. It's about connection.
Key lesson from Scene 3. Small talk is not a test. Nobody expects a perfect answer. They just want to feel friendly. A smile and pretty good is more than enough. That's real English.
Okay, last scene. The one nobody talks about. What happens when something goes wrong? You didn't understand what they said. Or you said the wrong thing. Or they spoke too fast.
This happens, even to us.
And when it happens, most people feel embarrassed. They want to disappear. But it's completely normal, and there are easy phrases for it.
Do you want room for cream, or are you good?
Sorry, could you say that again? A little slower?
Of course. Do you want space in the cup for milk or cream?
Oh, no thanks. I'm good. A different day. Hi, can I get an espresso? Is that how you say it?
Espresso. Yes, perfect. 1 shot or 2?
2, please.
Did you see what Paul did there?
I wasn't sure about the word, so I just said it and asked.
And the barista just confirmed it. No big deal.
Nobody laughed. Nobody thought I was bad at English.
Because people don't actually care about small mistakes. Key lesson from Scene 4. You are allowed to ask someone to repeat themselves. Always. It is completely normal. Even native speakers say, sorry, can you say that again? It is not embarrassing. It is honest.
Okay, so 4 scenes. A lot of phrases.
But what's the real lesson today?
Paul says, the real lesson is this. Cafes are not tests. They're just places.
Anna says, the worker is not judging your grammar.
Paul says, they just want to get you your drink.
Anna says, so the pressure, it's not real. It's in your head.
And I know that sounds simple, but when you really believe it,
Anna says, speaking suddenly feels easier.
Paul says, here's what you actually need to walk into any cafe and speak English. Can I get a please? Order your drink.
Do you have... Ask a question.
Pretty good. Answer small talk.
Have a good one. Friendly goodbye.
Sorry, say that again? When you're confused.
That would be great. Say yes warmly. 6 phrases. That's it. Memorize those 6 and you're ready.
You don't need perfect English to order a coffee.
You just need enough English to get started.
And the more you start, the easier it gets.
Before we go, one last thing.
If you're someone who feels nervous in English, this episode was for you.
We know it's not easy. We know it takes courage.
But courage doesn't mean feeling zero fear. Courage means speaking anyway. So this week, try it. One coffee shop, one order.
Even if your voice shakes a little, even if you forget a word, you're still speaking English. And that already matters. I'm Paul. And I'm Anna.
Thank you for being here with us today.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.